Hello guys, Hannah here. Long time no food or cooking content. Anyways, I've been really busy. So today we had a public holiday and I decided to stay home and do some work. But last night I was feeling like eating cake. But of course there's no cake in the house and I didn't buy any. Now this morning I woke up with the feeling, okay, if I can't get cake, why not another pastry? And I didn't want to go outside today, so I didn't want to buy anything. So I just said, well, why not check what I have in the pantry? Please take note. I'm a single, hardworking, upcoming billionaire. I do not really have a separate room I call the pantry. My pantry is basically an old noodles carton where I store all my dry food stuff. So I checked out what I had to make pastries, and I discovered there was no butter. Oh my god! I can't even go outside and start getting butter or go outside and start getting any pastry now. So I just quickly googled what pastry can I make without butter. Now the first thing I saw was this cake, but then the person said you won't use butter, but you have to use this oil and that oil. And I'm like, this is so not it. I don't want to put in any oil or butter or anything because I don't have that right now. Okay, except maybe granite oil and palm oil, but ew. In any case, I checked the second one. The second one was this chocolate cake. I'm like, oh god, I don't have chocolate in the house, guys. Stop tempting me. And then the next one I saw was this sponge cake with only three ingredients: eggs, sugar, and flour. And I had all three. So I was like, why not? Let's whip up something. So I brought up my eggs, yeah. And then I didn't have a whisk, so I had to use a fork. And then later on I added a spoon and I improvised my own whisk. So okay, so after that I added the sugar and I was looking at the sugar like, are you sure this thing is not too much? And after mixing mine, I discovered it wasn't as thick as the one on the screen, but who cares? Let's just try it out. And where is my cake? I want to eat it now. So I added the flour and I was mixing everything. I'm like, okay. And then I brought out this cake pan, BTW. This is the only cake pan I have, and it's really small. So if you know me physically, don't even comment that this cake pan is like my size. Ash. Okay, and then I was also add parchment paper, which I did. And okay, I surrounded the cake pan. I used smothered it with granite oil before putting the parchment paper. Then I put it on my improvised oven and left it for 20 minutes. Now, the video I watched on YouTube said 20 to 25 minutes, but I didn't want to make waste too much time so the cake won't burn. But in spite of my solution to that, the cake still burnt just a little bit at the edge. But if anybody's gonna stop me from eating my cake, that person got another thing coming because I brought it down and I was able to cut off the burnt part of it that's underneath and by the sides a little, and I dipped my knife and I cut it. Okay, to be honest, it didn't taste so much like cake. It tasted more like spongy bread, but you can't be shameless. And did I get my sweet pastry or not? BTW, when I finished pouring in the batter into the cake pan, I dipped my finger in it and licked it, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. Like, why didn't I just lick all the batter? But I believe my spongy cake bread was a lot more suitable. So here's the video, and then I'll be sure to try this again. I really, really want to get it right the second time. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my spongy cake bread. Ciao!